Welcome, my friends. Once again, thank you for coming to spend this time with me at Paulette's Cocina on YouTube channel. We have been having a wonderful time so far. Today, I'm going to be teaching you how to make fajitas. And you know that a lot of times, we never used to call them fajitas. I don't know, years later, somebody came up with that name. For us, it was just carne asada or carne frita. And again, all my cooking is done outside on the grill or underground or in a Dutch oven, whatever. But again, I have to apologize. My kitchen is not ready, so we're having to do a lot of the videotaping inside. But I hope that you will enjoy it, and I love this time that we spend together. Today, we're going to start making some fajitas. My father was a rancher and a farmer, and so when he would butcher a cow, we would always get some meat, and we would just make little, what we call in Spanish, cecinas. And it's just where we cut strips of meat, and that's how we would leave them, like this size. Sometimes if we wanted to be fancy, we would throw a big piece on the grill. Nowadays, they kind of call them steaks, but for us, it was just carne asada that we used to prepare. But anyway, I have taken the liberty of cutting the meat into strips. And they don't have to be all the same size. Not to worry about that, okay? They're just going to fry, and you're just going to cut them and make them into strips, okay? And I have done quite a few of them. And so I'm going to place them and put them aside. And a lot of times you're going to get your onions, a whole onion, and you're just going to cut them in pieces. And so I have already done half of an onion. I have already cut it. We did not really have a lot of green peppers, how they use now. We would have chile verde that was out on the field. That is what we used, because maybe there was green peppers, but we never had them. But it was always the green chili that we had that came from the food vendors. Or what we would do is there was chili that was already dried. That was another way of preserving the chili, or sometimes later on that it was frozen. So I have already chopped up some green chili to add to our meat. And I also have prepared one baked potato. You can fry it if you want to. I was just trying to take a little bit of a shortcut. And you just cut it in cubes. They don't have to be really big, and they don't have to be smashed like mashed potatoes either. So the next thing that I'm going to do is we're going to come to the stove. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some butter and some oil to my frying pan. And remember that a long time ago, fat is flavor. The oil in itself is very bland. Doesn't really give you any type of flavor at all. But before, the people would use all the fat from the animals that they butchered, and they would save it. Hardly ever did we have to buy lard from the store. Years later, it was mostly morel, the real lard. But in order to get flavoring, so that food would not be bland, whenever they fried bacon, they would save it. They would use this in their tortillas and just in different dishes to saute them to give it a flavor. And I'm just going to add this. Butter by itself will burn very easily. That's why you always have to add a little bit of oil to it. You're going to let it melt down a little. And this dish is going to go fairly fast. And let me get my tray of meat. And when this is already hot, when you see that it's Not that it's burned and not, but just when it starts to sizzle. That means that it's going to be ready. Because you don't want your foods just to drown in oil. Once that it starts getting warm to the correct temperature, your meat, it'll start getting that freedom to move around and not to be drowned or not to sit in oil. You start to get all the flavors together to incorporate it, okay? And so it'll be soon. You can see all the bubbles and everything taking place. The butter has not melted completely, so just wait. It goes fairly fast. All our butter has melted. We're going to add our little strips of meat in there. I'm going to get the rest of the meat that I have prepared for you. You can do it outside on your grill if you want, but you have to have a crate. Because a regular grill, you're just going to lose everything. It'll just fall to the bottom. There we go. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to get a little bit of garlic. And in this case, I'm just going to use the one that comes from the store, the Spice World. Gosh, it started off, this one, it started like in 1949. I was born in 1947. And so this is just going to be like not even about a three-fourths of a tablespoon. Okay, again, you want to enhance, you want the flavor. And you're going to wait a little while, okay? Because the potato, it has already been prepared. So there is no need to add your potato right away. And there is no need to add your chili because it has already been cut out. It has been chopped. We're going to wait until the meat is already done. And then towards the end, we're just going to incorporate the last two ingredients, which will be your potato and your green chili. And let us not forget that we have to put some salt. Just go around it. And we also need some pepper. I'm so tiny and everything is so high. There we go. You can start to smell the aroma that's coming. And I think that is the secret to a good dish. It's adding the flavors to it. That is what makes a dish. And then towards the end, having everything just complement each other and give it a wow, an aroma, a smell that even if it's not that good, but when people smell it, right away they want to try it. It makes them hungry. They will say, "Oh, how good it was," or "How good it is," and it will. You're not going to ruin anything. You can make fajitas. You can make them with chicken if you like, with pork. Some have even done it with shrimp. I've never tasted that. I've never done that before. But with lamb, oh. In fact, they have a name for it, and please forgive me, I don't remember what it's called. But it's kind of the same principle, and they do it with a certain bread that they bake. And we're just going to let that just do its own thing. Just let it sit there and simmer, just to relax and collect all the flavors. And when it's doing, it has a lot of moisture in there, as you could tell. You can see it. But all those liquids, they're going to be absorbed. They're going to absorb in the meat, and then it's all going to be flavored. An outstanding flavor. All that juice, it's going to evaporate, and you're not going to find anything except your ingredients in there with a lot of flavor. And I hope that you can take a closer look. See, it still has quite a bit of liquid, and that is telling you that your dish is still not completed. You can tell that the meat is still pink, so it's not fried. But we're just going to let everything to be absorbed. Okay, my friends, see? The liquid, we still have some, and the meat is still slightly pink. And at this point, we are going to get our potatoes, our papas, and we're just going to place them on the top, okay? Oh, sometimes if you want to get fancy, you can even have on the side sour cream. You can have some avocado, anything that you feel like it, okay? Some lettuce, tomato. But for the most part, we were not that fancy. This was like a poor man's meal. And so we're just going to let the chili get its flavor. The potatoes, I want them to be coated with all the flavors that are already inside. And I'm going to get a plate, and then we would do, so you can see how the end product looks, okay? Okay, my friends, or my familia, whatever, we are all family. But anyway, that our dish has been prepared, it is finished. And let me show you once again all the tortillas, the fluffy tortillas that we made, and all the different bubbles, everything. So we are going to get one tortilla, just place it in the center. We are going to get a spoon, and we are going to make us a sandwich. Good. This is what we made for a birthday party. We had fajitas, Spanish rice, and refried beans, homemade tortillas. Let's see, I can't remember what else. Bizcochitos, we made horchata to drink. And you can get some green peppers. You're going to be able to taste everything. And if you want to, you, my friends, can add some sour cream to it. Welcome back, my friends. Let me show you. These are the Spanish-style fajitas. And we never called them fajitas. What they were called was just carne asada or carnitas fritas. But somehow, it got the name of fajitas. But either way, they are delicious. And if you want to, you can even add some cheese to them, some sour cream. You can add some avocado. And this is how it looks inside. You're going to love the tortillas. Oh, they look so delicious. And they're thicker than your regular tortillas. And it's not because I didn't roll them enough. They are like that because of the puffiness that the yeast creates. Oh, and we have some sour cream. If you like sour cream, I know that I do. Let me fold it over. The meat is so tender. And the green chili, it gives it a kick. It's not really hot, but you can tell it's there. The potatoes are really soft. The tortillas are to die for. They are delicious. I hope I'm not making you too hungry. I wish that you were close by so you could come and have lunch or supper with me. But with this, my friends, I want to say thank you again. Please continue to subscribe and to share so that I may continue to stay on YouTube channel. And with this, I say to all of you, hasta la otra vez, mis amigos. Bye.